The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Let's go, baby!
Are you ready for a break?
Yes.
Are you ready for a break?
Absolutely.
Ready for a break?
Yeah, and so much for that.
It's time for The Break on DallasCowboys.com
We were on the break!
with Ambar Garcia, Bryan Broddus, Voch Lombardi, and Derek Eagleton.
It is Wednesday, December 17th, 2025, season 21, episode number 95. Welcome to the latest edition of The Break. We're live from the SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star, presented by LG. LG is the world's #1 OLED TV brand for 11 years and counting. See why at LG.com/OLED Evo. Amber, why do you keep toasting? Do you have liquor in that cup? Like, what are we? Why do we keep toasting? What are we doing?
Holidays.
It's gonna be one of those kind of shows.
It's also, you know, I've made amends to the situation. You know, like
You've given up?
I'm okay now. Like, I'm okay with it. I think I've been mourning the season slowly throughout it because we're not blind, okay? We see what we see. We know what we see.
Acceptance at this point.
Yeah. It's just like, you know, I'm not even mad. That's a weird part. I don't feel mad.
Is that really the answer, though?
I'm still mad.
It's disappointing. What do you mean?
I haven't reached.
Is that really the answer?
I didn't know I was giving you an answer. What's the answer?
Derek, I'll tell you the answer, sir. I'm a big fan of this program. I was a fan of this program prior to being on it.
You used to look at the seat.
I used to look at this seat. Back in the day, Ambar used to just sit and go through the intro, and we'll start talking. But Voch shows up with all this animation in the intro. I rub my hands together like Birdman. I might show my watch off. I may mess around with a little something. And Ambar matches the energy of the intro.
So you saying
nonsense?
What we're seeing from Amber is a result of Voch?
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're saying now I have a personality because of you?
If you want to look at it in the most negative of ways possible, you could word that as Voch brings great energy and it brings yours out a little bit more.
No.
But if you want to fuss for the sake of the content or whatever.
I have two people who have worked with me for 10 years, but maybe I started coming out of my shell 2 years after being here.
As Brian said right before we went on the air.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Can't say the word.
She's like, I win. Google me. She's like, yeah, exactly. Look it up.
Not him trying to take credit for my personality.
Try to take. I made an observation. I didn't take credit.
But
for
what was your point?
Hmm?
What was your point?
No, Derek says that you're doing all this with your cup, and you try to say, "Oh, well, because the Cowboys lose, and that's why I'm doing this with my cup." I think Voch's energy brings energy out of you. So now you do weird stuff at the camera while we're doing the intro. I don't care about that.
You know, you just talked about yourself in the third person, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He does it all the time.
It's part of the bit.
Just making sure you knew. Okay.
The Rock says this, Voch says this.
Okay.
People in the audience know what I do.
Okay.
I do this all the time.
The narcissist. The narcissism.
Now goes the lip. The lip starts trembling. Here we go.
You got me.
All right, here we go. Let's talk a little bit about Mr. Jerry Jones.
Man, Derek, boy, I was hoping you didn't open up
because as I was
listening
to Jerry talk yesterday on 105.3 The Fan.
Yeah.
First thing that popped in my mind when they asked him about when Eberflus was Voch Lombardi.
Boy.
And the way that he talked about it.
Don't go there, Voch.
Hey, man,
the way he talked about it was, I thought it was as, and this isn't to say that, because Jerry will give you the real. He will give you some stuff you can work with in media. It's one of the reasons why I love my job.
Sure.
We never get bored around here. We always got something to talk about because the owner makes sure that he keeps it lively.
For sure.
That being said, it was I thought very telling. And I thought it was also very, very open when it came to what he said about Matt Eberflus, essentially saying that, because he was asked if the final 3 games will have some bearing on whether he returns next year. And he basically said how they finish, and he mentioned the fact now that they're healthy.
Yeah.
He said the criteria is worth considering moving forward, basically saying he's on a 3-game, leash here. And there are going to be 3 games where he's going to be evaluated, and the decision making will be a part. We'll have that and bear that in mind. What are your thoughts on that, and how open Jerry was when he made that statement?
Shouts out to my guy Will Steele. We use language like, Jerry's loudly saying something about the coordinator now. A lot of times Jerry will use this this teammate language. He'll use a lot of hey man, we doing our thing, we'll see what's happening with Flus, da da da. The one thing I didn't believe what Jerry said yesterday was when he said these last 3 games is gonna determine how I kind of feel about this. Ooh. I don't think Jerry telling the truth there. Ooh. Because everything that he said leading up to that made me feel like Jerry through with this. We gonna finish the last 3. You ain't getting fired right now. But Jerry Jones, hey, Uncle Jerry, man, I appreciate you listening to the break and all that. He was like, damn, boy, I was confused at how bad we was looking on D. I was surprised. I was perplexed.
Can I throw out the quote? On that?
Please.
What he said?
Yes.
His quote was, it seems like we're always saying that about these quarterbacks. Some of them that haven't played as well, but when they play us, they play better. I think that's telling.
Derek Eagleton, why the hell would Jerry say that on his radio station?
That's a lot.
Bryan Broddus, why would Jerry Jones say that loudly on his radio station? Prior to him saying that, I ain't got the exact quote, pardon me, but he was like, man, we expected to go in there, run the ball, control the game, and we didn't think J.J. McCarthy was going to do all that. He basically, in so many words, said that you can go to 105.3 The Fan on YouTube, you can re-listen to it, whatever, or their website, however y'all do it, Brian. Hey, man, we didn't expect J.J. McCarthy to do all that. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, but man, if you think about it, this is Voch saying names. Russell Wilson did have his best day against you.
Yeah.
Damn, Jalen Hurts ain't a prolific passer, and look at what he did in a half against us. Look at what all these dudes do against us.
Bo Nix
and them. We didn't expect J.J. McCarthy to have that kind of day, but look what he did. Yeah. And when he says that's telling, all right, now Jerry's kind of on point with us. What I do wonder, did Jerry have this thought 6 weeks ago? But he's saying it now because it was J.J. McCarthy. I wonder how long was this in the back of Jerry's mind, because that's kind of going to make up how I feel about some names that we can't say as far as other coaches. Whatever,
we'll get to that as soon as the season's done. Trust me, we'll make a list for you.
But I wonder if Jerry was really like, all right, Flus, man, let me get you some talent and we'll see then. But I wonder if he also was like, man, this looking bad. Voch was like, Flus messing up in week 7. Derek Bryan was like, man, week 7, week 8, something ain't clicking. I wonder if Jerry was on that. But the J.J. McCarthy thing was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I think you're onto it. I think you're absolutely.
The Jacoby Brissett thing kicked off Quentin Williams, right? Like, hey, in my mind, I ain't saying this.
Why are we yelling?
I'm excited, Ambar. I'm about to eat.
You need some coffee too?
I don't need no.
Clearly not. Clearly not.
Ambar, I wonder when Jacoby Brissett did what he did.
No, skip back to yelling. I like the yelling.
Yeah, right.
And that made him go, man, okay, let's be aggressive here. And even with all that change, I forgot who said it on Twitter. I want to give him so much credit. I forgot. But if you look at the team.
I've been hacked for 2 weeks.
And ain't you?
I can't tell me.
If you look at the team in week 7, at Flus's talent on
Brian's talking about.
If you look at,
go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
If you look at Flus's
talent,
he can interrupt, but he doesn't like to be interrupted.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So if you look at Flus's talent in week 6 or 7,
yeah,
sure,
versus all the guys you got. If Elijah Clark is your free safety and we getting beat, I'll let you slide with that.
Yeah.
You got both your safeties. You got new linebackers. You got the best defensive tackle room in the league. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What the business is now.
Yeah.
And Jerry was like, man, I just, what was the quote, Derek?
The quote was, it seems like we're always saying that about these QBs.
Always saying that.
Some of them that haven't played as well, but when they play us, they play better.
He's not just talking about one instance. He's not just saying, oh, J.J. McCarthy had much of a
You're right about the straw.
Oh, J.J. McCarthy just had a great day. He ain't saying that. Yeah. He's saying it always seems like multiple times this has happened where some quarterback that wasn't supposed to do this has done this. And maybe Jerry's feeling like, because Jerry, he gets to say he was right about Dak and all them. Hey, it was my decision to pay Dak. Look how great Dak's doing.
But also, you made the decision to make those trades by the trade deadline, and you still got the same results. You got a hype for a little bit, but then it went back to what it's been.
I'm going to say this and stop talking. I wonder if Jerry feels, damn, dog, we wasted a really good offensive year. And, dog, signing Dak was my decision. Hiring Shoddy was my decision. And all that's not working because of this defensive stuff. I wonder if that was what Jerry was feeling. Go ahead, Brian.
Should the follow-up question been, well, did you have a were you directly hiring Matt Eberflus? That's the question now you have to ask Jerry. He's disappointed in Flus, but the follow-up question by our guys at 105.3 needed to be, were you the one responsible for hiring Matt Eberflus? That's a question I would like to know, because if that's the case, then yeah, he could be disappointed. But you're in a situation where now, what did you learn from that? Yeah, he's seen his defense not play very well. He's seen some problems. He's seen the health problems. Some guys have come back. Yeah, he's upset right now, and I agree with you. I think this is the straw. But now look at the process. Who was responsible for Matt Eberflus as a front office? You have to ask that question.
Yeah, let me ask you this, Brian, because I agree with you. You have to ask that question. The question I would ask back on that is, what were you supposed to think? You would think going into it, I thought this when they hired Eberflus.
Yeah.
This is great. You get yourself an experienced defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. He's had success in the NFL. He's been a head coach, not great, not successful head coach, but he's been a head coach. So he gets that part. You got a first-time head coach.
Agreed.
So you give him somebody with a little bit of experience that he can bounce ideas off of, he can use as a sounding board, and you get some stability from the veteran presence of a defensive coordinator who's been there, done that, and done it really well. I don't know that you could have gone into this thinking you were in a better position with a defensive coordinator than what you had, right? Yeah. Or was there a logical reason? And that's, I guess, the question.
Yeah.
Would there have been a logical reason in your mind back then to say Eberflus is not the guy?
I just kind of feel like that you're in a situation right now, and I'll give him credit for the Dan Quinn hire. Mm-hmm. I'll absolutely do that. The Matt Eberflus, this is where, to me, it really is important, and with Jerry and Steven and Will and all the guys that are involved in the evaluation of it. Did you have personnel that fit the scheme of the coach that you were bringing in? Mm-hmm. That, I don't think, was the case. Now, I think where you made this hire, and I could be wrong, feel free. Everybody upstairs has got my number. They can call and tell me I'm full of what. But to me, this is one of those things where you made a hire because you knew the guy, that maybe it wasn't the best scheme fit for the players you had. And, and let's be honest, too. Matt Eberflus was hired when Micah Parsons was here too. So that going out the door could very well have affected, what they were doing.
You can't. I will say this: the one thing we know about him is he likes a four-man pressure, right?
No question.
And if you have Micah Parsons, you got a much better chance of getting a four-man pressure than you can have
no
blitz.
pass rush right now.
Right.
They have none.
And that's fair. That is a fair thing to say about maybe what Eberflus thought going.
And this is where you start to get mad. This is where you can start to get mad. Because Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, guys like the people who are the decision makers they said there's ways to manufacture pressure. We haven't seen that. Is that on? Did they feel like that Flus could manufacture pressure? Did they really know that, or were they just kind of thinking, well, he'll figure out a way to get it done when we make this trade? To me, there's too many things. Yes, I think they hired a guy because they knew the guy. I don't think it was really as thought out as well as it needed to be.
The Joneses needed their very.
Hey. No, wait your turn. It's my time to speak right now.
I thought you were going to take a break.
No.
She's been over there already. She's like,
let me write this down.
I let you speak? Yeah, write it down. Okay? You've been talking the whole show.
I know.
Listen.
Please.
I think I'm with you, Derek, with what you post, because at the time, personally, I was like, okay, this makes sense. He has the experience. He's shown the success in the past. But at the same time, yeah, you can say, oh, well, maybe it's the scheme and stuff. Regardless of your job, when you work in this type of sport, you should be able to make adjustments. You should be able to know how to adjust. Even if it's not being successful, we can still sit here and be like, well, he's trying. We see him do this. We see him do that. It's not working. Maybe it's the talent, but at least he's trying. And that hasn't been the case. So, again, it's more of the turnout, not just, oh, they were bad and this and that, but it's just like when we do talk about adjustment, it's for the worst of it. Like, it's for like, well, this was working and then it's not.
Ambar, you are the best.
No,
wow.
This is where I feel proud.
She's the best.
Because Amber's a debate king now. She know how to find the points. That's the point.
That's my next point.
Honestly, when Brian was talking, that was where I was going next. So I was just waiting for her to finish for me to go in there, and I was like, that's
oh,
Amber,
we're on the same
how about
page.
This? I'm sorry.
We're
no. Ambar.
We're syncing up.
Ambar, I'm sorry. Lo siento. I got to trust you more. I need to.
Wow. Wow.
Week 16, here we go.
Ambar, I need
We
to
trust you now.
See, look, this is my problem. This is my problem.
It's kind of like this defensive coordinator. We trust him now.
I'm not some professional that's used to working with friends. I'm a YouTuber. I talk 3 hours at a time. I'm sorry.
By yourself.
Ambar, I didn't trust that people could just make the point. Fantastic point by you. I want my defensive coordinator that's making all this money, Bryan Broddus, to be able to adapt. Yeah. It's college coaches that can adapt. You know what I'm saying? I know you can, Brother Flus.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn gets here.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn gets here. I say this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Quinn is a notorious cover 3 guy. Notorious cover 3 guy. Dan Quinn say, I ain't got cover 3 people up in here. Let me do what's working with the people up in here. Flus taking these man coverage people, and he's saying, I'm gonna make y'all run cover 3. That's my problem with Flus. Well, if you're supposed to be one of the best 32 defensive minds in the whole world,
well then
make the adjustments.
Yeah, but if he isn't capable of making the adjustments, then why did you hire him in the first place?
Because we thought that he could. Derek ain't wrong. Flus has a track record of good defensive coordinating guy.
Yeah, but
with less talent.
Yeah,
he could manufacture pressure with the dudes that he had.
That's what they thought. That's what they thought. That's what they told us when they make the Micah Parsons trade. Listen, I'm not trying to slam the front office here. I'm just saying, though, the thing they told us was when they got rid of Micah Parsons, I'd say get rid. When they moved on from Micah Parsons, they said that they can manufacture pressure. They haven't all year.
Well,
they haven't all year.
Here's the thing. I think that
they haven't manufactured the sacks, the numbers, and stuff like that to make up.
Whether Flus can or not,
can't finish.
I think it is a fair statement to say defensive coordinators can manufacture pressure. We just played a team that y'all talked about how the guys along that defense were not guys you're going to.
Oh, no. We know that people can manufacture pressure. Right. We know now that this guy can't.
Right. He can in the first quarter, and then he stops.
Right. And
first drive.
Yeah. The question is, I think there was every expectation that Eberflus is an experienced defensive coordinator, and an experienced defensive coordinator should be able to manufacture pressure with the people that he has. That didn't play out. That has not played out consistently enough.
That kills you
this
in
year.
games.
Absolutely. It has not played out. So I guess the point is, yes, you're right. Ultimately, as Jerry even says, everything that happens around here, ultimately, he has to be accountable for.
He does.
Because
he does.
He is running this thing. So at the end of the day, he has to be accountable for it. But my thought is just, I look at it and still say, I don't think at the time when the decision was being made, you would have thought that an experienced, really good defensive coordinator that's been really good for a while in the NFL wouldn't be able to make this defense work.
Okay, everybody put themselves in Matt Eberflus's. Matt Eberflus is relieved of his job. Mm-hmm. Matt Eberflus walks out of here January 4th.
Yeah.
Put yourself, each one of you, I want to tell me what was the problem. I'm going to ask you like you're Matt Eberflus. Coach, what was the problem this year?
In his mind?
In his mind. Put yourself in his mind.
In his mind, he's going to say he doesn't have the players to do it. But I'm like, bro, we've seen you have success.
No. You're just going to say it's the players, right?
If I'm Flus and I'm
I'm going to say,
I don't know if he makes
Coach, okay, I'm going to just put yourself in his mind.
I didn't have the guys.
We're at a bar. Having a few drinks, and we're all Matt Eberflus, and we're here saying, "Hey, let's speak the truth here." I would say I didn't
traded Micah.
I didn't have the talent. I didn't have the players.
Do you think he would admit though that he didn't adapt to the players?
Yes. I think he would also say, you know what? Maybe I got a little too.
Mike Zimmer did the same thing walking out of here.
I relied too much on the thought that I thought they would get it at some point.
Yeah,
and I should have given in earlier and said, they're not getting it. I got to do something different. Yeah. In games, I should have stuck with what I was doing that was working versus getting – because I really believe in this last game, I believe that touchdown spooked him. And I think that's what got him out of that. I think they blitzed. They got a touchdown on it. And I think after that, he was like, whoa, that's the problem I'm worried about. I'm worried about our secondary. Because if you heard yesterday when Jerry was talking to 105.3 The Fan, what did he also mention?
Linebackers.
Mentioned the secondary. And he said the linebackers are part of that. He said that's where they've been having some really big issues. And I think that's been a common refrain for them.
That's his area.
Right. But I think that's part where he's like, I think he gets spooked when the secondary gives up one on a blitz.
Yeah.
When they're just left in man coverage, they give up a big play, and then he's like, I can't afford to do that. I got to keep my guys back. I mean, I can't bring that extra guy, so I got to be a little more conservative. I really believe that at the end of the day, he probably would have said, I would have rather go down swinging and saying, I'm just going to go be aggressive, and if they hit us for a few, we got the offense that can actually accommodate for that.
I think he would say, my guys didn't play very well. I think because he's had some guys. I think he really relied on Bland to be a good player for him. He didn't know that the Diggs thing was going to turn into what it has. I think he really didn't know Overshown all that well, But he's had some guys that he probably thought were going to help him during the year that haven't played very well. They made some decisions on these edges, of the Williams and those kinds of guys as well. Fowler, those guys. They've made some decisions on those guys. I think overall he would say my defense didn't play very well. Guys that I really were going to lean on didn't get it done.
But Ambar said so brilliantly a couple of weeks ago. She makes the best points. Ambar said brilliant. Why everybody look bad? Why all of a sudden Diggs playing bad? Why all of a sudden Bland can't find the football? Why all of a sudden Dante Fowler can't get pressure after being double-digit sacks?
Oh, no.
Flus got to look himself in the mirror. I ain't saying
he needs to look in the mirror. There's no question.
If I'm Flus, I'm looking myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, you mentioned it, Brian, but I do want to talk a little bit about Trayvon Diggs because Jerry had some very interesting things to say. We're going to get to that conversation before we get to the Chargers offense versus Dallas defense. We'll be back. DallasCowboys.com radio.
If you can't be at the stadium, there's no better way to watch your Cowboys than on an LG OLED Evo TV. That's because everything you see is more lifelike. Every play, every hit. I mean, you might as well be on the sidelines. That's how clear it is. It's all thanks to LG's legendary technology. Perfect black, over 8.3 million self-lit pixels. No one comes close. LG OLED Evo is the best TV in the game for a reason. See for yourself at lg.com/OLED Evo.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman here, the official pitmaster of the Dallas Cowboys. This holiday season, I've got Yeti's new insulated bowls and food storage working overtime. The insulated bowls are amazing. It'll keep queso warm or guacamole fresh. And the food storage containers protect my ingredients and help me stay organized. They also make great gifts for the host, making Yeti bowls and food storage MVPs for the holidays. Get yours at Yeti.com or a Yeti store near you.
I'm home.
Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
Cowboys fans, here's the game plan. Touchdown Tuesday at Take 5 Oil Change. Just wear your Cowboys gear and save 25% on your oil change. No huddle, no overtime. Just drive in, stay in your car, and roll out. You'll be tailgate ready in 10 minutes flat. Keeping up with your car shouldn't be a tough call. Take 5 makes it as easy as calling the coin toss. Take 5 is the official oil change of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit take5.com to find a location near you. Offer valid through December 31st, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Valid only at participating locations.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
Back to the break.
This segment, I know. Hello.
Sorry.
Okay. But we're back on the air. We're back on the air, and we got mics in front of us. They can still hear you. Choose perfection. Choose LG OLED Evo. Check out the best TV in the game at LG.com.
Welcome back. We're in the second segment of the break live from the SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. This segment's brought to you by blockchain.com. All right, let's talk about Trayvon Diggs. Jerry just was yesterday on the radio. I thought it was really great stuff. It wasn't ironic to me that just last night he was inducted into the National Broadcasters Hall of Fame because Jerry he understands the broadcast game. He knows how to give them what they need. Yeah. And yesterday he was on fire. This was the quote that he had about one Trayvon Diggs.
It's a long one.
Yeah. Well, he said he will go away from the scheme. This was when he was talking about like why there's kind of this it seemed like, well, I guess here's the questions made it seem as though there was some bit of a miscommunication because you were hearing from Diggs, I'm healthy. You're hearing from Shoddy, oh, he's looking pretty good, but there are other things he's going to have to get better at. And Jerry's saying he's not healthy. And so there's kind of these three different stories, and you're like, which one is accurate? And so I think it was Sean that asked him the question. But on that topic, he says Diggs will go away from the scheme to make a great play. When he doesn't make that play, you can have a bad play. And then he went on to kind of basically paint the picture that because of this, he has to be in even better shape or better condition than some athletes because in order to make up for some of those bad plays, in order to make the play even on some of those situations where he goes outside the scheme, he's got to have the ability to do that, and that requires a different level of physical prowess than some other guys, which it was an interesting take. I'd never heard that from Jerry or Shoddy. It seemed to make a little more sense as to maybe why, okay, he thinks he's ready to go, but they're saying we got to see you be able to hit that next gear, not where you are right now, that next gear in order for you to play the kind of football we know you're going to play, because otherwise you're just going to be leaving us out, hanging us out to dry. What do you guys think about that entire thought process and kind of what it means for Trayvon Diggs going forward?
I think the three parties have a story, but they didn't go over the story prior to talking to media. That's probably, in my mind, that's what happened. I think Jerry kind of got caught. You know, he's healthy, but he's not healthy enough to gamble on plays and, jump routes and stuff like that. I guess so. I tend to believe Shoddy a little bit more. I think Diggs is healthy. I don't think Diggs is doing all of the proper things that the coaches want Diggs to do. And I think that Shoddy kind of showed you, like with Pickens and Lamb, like, hey, we're going to sit you down if you da-da-da. Hey, Jadon Blue, we need you, honestly, but if you're not on the program, you're not bigger than the actual program. I think Trey's situation might be a little more extreme than theirs. That's just me guessing. Nobody's told me that. I think Trey's situation is a little more extreme, and he's not doing the things that the coaches need him to do. So I just think Shoddy's just saying, bro, sit down. You're just not going to be playing if that's going to be the case. I don't think Jerry. Maybe he didn't get the memo. Maybe him and Shoddy didn't talk about it fully. Maybe they did, but that's just Jerry's idea. I don't know. But Diggs is healthy, but not healthy enough to go outside of the scheme. That didn't make a whole bunch of sense to me. I tend to believe Shoddy.
I think he's played 17 games in 3 years since he signed his contract.
That's a bad.
I think they're worried a little bit about some injury guarantees in the contract as well. He's shown sometimes that if he does play, then things start to go badly for him. Whether, it was they got the surgically repaired knee fine, and then the other knee started hurting. And then, he's dealt with shoulder and all kinds of things, concussions. Everything's is kind of come his way. And, I think that they're looking at this in a way that maybe he is not fully healthy. And if he's not fully healthy, they don't want to put him out there and then all of a sudden have to be on the hook for something else. So I think there's a lot of things going on here. We're kind of hearing the Diggs side of it is, I'm healthy, I'm ready to play. You're hearing the Cowboys side of it is, well, you're not healthy enough, and then you got the coach saying you're not doing a good enough job. I kind of feel like, to me, that there's some truth in really kind of all this, but I feel like, though, that the Cowboys are looking at this kind of bigger picture, and they're saying, hey, the season is what it is. If we put him out there right now and something else happens, we might be on the hook for something else that we don't want to have to deal with. I think this is a lost season for him. I think it's a lost season for the Cowboys. I think you're going to get a decision in the springtime. But I think that, like I say, you probably have got to look at Diggs for about another 2-3 days. They'll make the determination Friday whether he's active or inactive. My gut feeling is he'll be inactive, and then that probably will close the book on where you are with Diggs and his career with the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, he does revert back to IR if he is not activated
That's right.
this week.
So he gets. They finish.
That will
out.
be a decision. We will be done with that conversation by this next game.
Yeah.
Hold on, Ambar fighting somebody. Go ahead.
thank
Let me read what you just said. But
Thank you. Go ahead. Read it. Read it out loud.
Out loud?
Yes, please.
Some of y'all are clowns. My job is to read an ad right after we come back from break. I can't do that if they're talking about stuff on the air and didn't realize that we're back on the air.
Because
Did you just call them clowns?
no, not him. People.
No, I said them. I said them
some
clowns.
people are clowns on here. They're like, oh, Amber's becoming a problem.
You yelling.
But hold on, this is my interpretation.
Oh, okay, that was they said. Okay,
she just likes arguing. Well, use your head, okay? If we're back on the break, if we're back live, and my job is to read these ads and promote LG TVs, and these guys are still talking about a conversation that was happening off the air. Yeah, that's on Friday.
Yeti.
But yeah, that's my job. That's my job to be to bring the discipline in here. And if you have a problem with it, you clowns,
I'm grown
you
as
can.
hell. Amber, only one person said something to you.
I don't know.
But whatever they said, it got her.
I saw two clowns in there, but
It got her going.
Oh, okay, two people. Andre says Ambar is becoming a problem. And then Ultra Cowboy said Ambar would be great on The View. Oh, and then earlier Ultra Cowboy says, hello, this is Ambar. I like to argue with everyone. I don't know what that means. That might be a cuss word. I don't know. But yeah, I see these two people that's
But you know what's great?
Don't roll your neck when you say that. Go ahead.
No.
just please.
That they all have free will. Shut it off and don't listen. Do what you want instead of complaining. Why are you still watching then? I mean, it's easy. It's an easy problem to solve right there.
Okay, what was your point? Get to your point.
We talking about Diggs. You don't know the question. We talking about Diggs.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about Diggs. Yeah.
I was busy dealing with clowns, but with Diggs, it's a very interesting situation there. With Diggs, you know, we saw it all the way from training camp.
Yeah.
You had to be there to see, and even like you could go as a fan and watch and keep an eye what's happening during training camp. You can see all the interactions, and you can see right off the bat, aside from the conversations that he had with the media, with that joint press conference that he did with Micah at the time, aside from that, you can see the lack of commitment. Because one thing is, yeah, you're injured, but you're still there. You're still on the sideline. You're still part of the team. Yeah. He would kind of take himself away from it and sometimes not really be in the mix. And that was a personal decision. So I think it comes down to, yeah, we still don't really know all the details of what happened with the mysterious concussion and what happened there. But it seems to be something that goes beyond the injury. And maybe that's just my assumption from what I've watched from all the way since training camp.
Yeah,
it's just the attitude potentially.
No, but the front office has gone after him. He's gone after the front office. You know, we should have known when he had the opportunity to get the $500,000 bonus, and it just said, I'm good here. That's kind of where you should know. But I really do believe there's two sides to the story, you know. And I think there's such a gap between the two that you just need to get through this week, put him back on IR, and then deal with this in the springtime. Let Adam Pacifica, those guys that do the contracts, kind of figure out if there's a cap savings, figure out what you have to do. If there's somebody that wants to offer something for him, feel free to explore that. But I kind of feel like this thing from the jump, to your point, Ambar, has been just a big disconnect between the front office and the player.
All right, let's take our final break. When we come back, we're going to give these guys a little time to give us a little bit of a breakdown on the Chargers offense versus the Dallas defense. We'll be back, DallasCowboys.com.
Right.
Anyway.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations to help you get the job done right. We're with you. That's our promise to you, because no matter the project or the challenge you're facing,
we're with you. We're united. It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm home.
Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
From the field to the festivities, Lucchese embodies the essence of luxury and tradition. Handcrafted with meticulous precision, each pair offers unmatched comfort and style. Stand tall while you're tailgating or cheering in the stands with the Dallas Cowboys collection by Lucchese. Shop the collection today at the Lucchese store at the Star in Frisco or online at lucchese.com. Lucchese, the official boot of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
Back to the break.
AT&T connecting changes everything.
Welcome back in the final segment of the break live from the SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. We got roughly about 7 minutes and 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. So, Brian, Voch, what y'all got? Give us a breakdown of this Chargers offense versus Dallas defense.
Man, the Chargers have an identity. It's so interesting, boy. One coaching changes their whole DNA is just different now. They have the build of a high flying passing offense, but they really want to run the football. Yeah. And they're so good at running the football. Team. No matter who's running the football, they good to go. It was Hampton earlier. He was fine. Got hurt. Najee Harris, he was fine. Got hurt. Vidal came in. He's 5'7", 190 or something.
Yeah, about 210.
About 210 or something like that.
For a 5'7" guy.
Running folk over, doing fine. Hampton is back. You can look at the Chargers passing offense and be like, okay, they're high flying when it works. But the Cowboys defense is going to naturally make that look much, much better. It is what it is. They don't always get passes off. They're not always efficient because the pass setting of the O-line, horrible. As pass blockers, they can get off the ball and run block you.
Yeah.
Every level of them, like guys are getting hurt. Like there's third string guys, backup guys in there now, and they're all decent run blockers. But pass blocking, if you can force the Chargers to throw the football, another team could take advantage of that because you can take advantage of the tackles, Salyer and all those guys because Joe Aldis hurt and Rashawn Slater's hurt. So you could, in theory, take advantage of their tackles. You could, in theory, take advantage of the center Bozeman. Yeah. But that's assuming that you have a defensive operation that's going to do the right things. We're the Dallas Cowboys defense where dreams come true. Everything's easy. So I don't think you're going to be able to get a lot of pressure on Justin Herbert. And if you can't get pressure on Justin Herbert, sometimes he'll sack himself versus some of these defenses.
Sure will.
But you have to pressure him to get him to do that. If you're not going to pressure him and he doesn't sack himself, then I anticipate this Chargers offense to throw the ball all over you.
And they can light you up if you're not if he's on his game and not feeling that pressure.
He makes accurate throws. Yeah. He's going to run around the pocket. He's going to prolong some time. He's going to find the open guys. They're going to get busy downfield. Quentin Johnston took him a couple of years to get going. Yeah. He's going. Keenan Allen's an old man, but he'll still route you up. Gatson. Get up, sure. Yeah. Lad gets busy too.
Yeah.
But Oronde Gatson, I think, is going to be one of the key matchups in this thing. From Syracuse, rookie. Yeah. One of my favorite draft guys. Shrine.
Is his dad Is his dad
the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah.
He's gonna get
Same name,
vertical.
but yeah.
He's gonna get vertical. They're gonna make plays downfield. And I don't think the Cowboys got somebody that can cover him. Now, if this was some kind of man coverage operation where you can run guys out there, then I don't know. Maybe you'll see. But I think Gas is gonna have a big day versus your safeties or your linebackers, depending on who's on them.
Yeah, the run game will be a challenge for sure, and so that's something you have to be ready for. You even have to be ready for the quarterback design run, even with a broken left hand. They're like, if you watch the Philadelphia game, there was pressure after pressure after pressure, and that quarterback did a great job of getting out of there and making something happen. He's going to have opportunities to throw. The one thing that you can't do is we've seen it. Early in games, it's blitzing, it's bringing 5. There's a chance, unless Matt Eberflus changes the script completely. If he rushes 4, they're going to get killed in this game with these guys throwing the football. You have to put pressure on this guy in a way to maybe affect him, and then again, it still might not be enough. But his offensive line will give up pressures and they will give up sacks. You just have to be willing to go do that. And if they don't, then it's going to be a huge problem. Their weapons are really, really good. The running backs are good. The tight end, as Voch mentioned, is outstanding. They got a couple of rookie wide receivers that are making plays to go along with Keenan Allen, the old vet who knows how to run routes and kind of body you up. These guys, you try and tackle them, you bounce off them. This is a good football team. Yeah. This will be a huge challenge defensively for the Cowboys.
What do you guys think, honestly, of this run defense? Because I'm kind of caught in this position where I think they've gotten better since the addition of Quinnen Williams.
Sure.
Even against a team like Detroit, the numbers say they didn't have a horrible day, but as you watched the game, you felt like they could run the ball when they wanted to run the ball.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this run defense? Is it improved from where it was, and is it good enough, or do you think it's still a problem and teams just opt not to run as much because they don't have to? They can throw the ball all around the yard and they can get a lot of big plays from it.
That's what it is. Teams are going to choose to throw the ball
pressure.
against you. And look, just to be fair, you are a better run defense, but it ends up not even mattering because they're just going to throw the ball on whatever down they want to throw the ball on just to set you up if they want to. But the passing defense is so terrible by the Cowboys. I wouldn't even run the ball. I'd go out there and throw the ball 50 times if it was me. But yeah, you've seen that when the Vikings try to run the ball, Detroit, Chargers, whoever, the Eagles, they'll try to run the ball. You are technically playing better defense, but I think that your interior D-line is just so much more talented than they were that's just going to be a result of that. But yeah, throw the ball.
Here's another compromised offensive line. It's been this way all year long. I think the run defense has been good when you watch them fit. Mm-hmm. We've seen some really, really good fits. Kansas City, we've seen good fits. Mm-hmm. Philadelphia, we've seen some good fits. And a lot of it has to do with the defensive tackles and kind of the way you play. But you're still poor at linebacker. Yeah, there's been that. Those are the biggest problems. And then all of a sudden, you run some schemes where you like to slant and fill. I know we've shown some film on that and talked about that. How that's worked. But we've also seen them slant and get completely knocked out of the hole. We've seen linebackers stepped up, defensive tackle gets completely knocked out of the hole, and it's a walk-in. I think that at times when they play the scheme and how they're supposed to play it, and they do play with their hands, get off blocks, play square, they could be really good at this. But there's those other times where they get washed, they get picked, they get pushed, and then the running game doesn't look as good.
Yeah. All right. Real quick before we end the show, tell me right now, like if you're thinking about the players on this defense, and you say, we're at the point of the season where the games have less consequence from the stand of wins and losses. I know the team says that they're going to continue to play hard and try to win. But that being said, if there was a player on the defense you say, I really need to see more of this player because it's important for my evaluation as I go into the offseason, who would that player be on the defense?
Please.
No, I'm thinking.
Okay,
thank you. Okay, very kind of you.
No problem. They're not. I would love to see more young guys just to kind of see, are we gonna need these guys moving?
Give me a name.
Moving forward. I would love to see what Perrion Winfrey looks like. I would love to see him. I want to give these edges like one last chance to try to win me over. But honestly, the Cowboys aren't gonna sit there, guys. They're probably going to play and, do all this kind of stuff. But I don't need Quinnen Williams for 40-some snaps. You know what I'm saying? Play him less. I just see all the injuries that's happening around the league, and I'd be sick if somebody that's like a core piece to what you're doing next year, if something happened to them, just on whatever. Yeah. Play some more Carson. If you want to look at the safeties and maybe you'll make a decision on that, sure. But I'm thinking linebackers, maybe like one last shot for some of these I want
to see Leofow.
Talk about Maris Leofow.
I still believe in his talent. I think he's a very talented guy. He just needs to get more opportunities. And I think with 3 games left on the schedule, this is a great time to just let him get that experience, get a head start for next year. He's a guy I definitely want to see more of. And I know last year when he was thrown into the fire, he was able to be impactful, and he was having a good playing time in there. And another guy as well, I see people mentioning in the chat for this one, with Revel. He's a guy I think we all want to continue to see as well as he continues to develop. We've seen parts of it, but it's just with time. His improvement is just only going to come with playing time. So he's another guy that I definitely want to see more of.
I'd activate Josh Butler and look at him at corner.
Mm-hmm.
I would look at Zion Childers a little bit, maybe some more at safety, and I would try and play Phil Moffitt running back, especially but maybe it's a Phil Moffitt situation if you get down to it where Dak is not playing in the game. Maybe it's the Giants game at the very end and there's really nothing to play for. I would try and look at maybe those guys in that Giants week. You're going to have a short week with the Commanders game coming up. It might be a little bit more difficult. The Giants game seems like a thing where you can maybe make some wholesale changes and get a little bit of look at some guys.
All right, that's a wrap. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll let you know what we think is going to happen with the Chargers defense versus the Cowboys offense. Till then, for Voch Lombardi, Bryan Broddus, and Ambar Garcia, I'm Derek Eagleton. This has been The Break, live on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?